Yo, what's going on guys? In this video, I'm gonna show you how to add an additional 70% increase in your e-commerce website conversion rate, right? And the reason being is that a lot of e-commerce brand owners typically overspend money on paid advertising without getting the yield that they're actually looking for, right? And the reason being is like they have a landing page that just doesn't convert, right? And I'm gonna show you different ways and different strategies and how we essentially optimize landing page conversion rate. And I'm going to show you how we test different landing page to additionally increase your website conversion rate. Because if you can increase your website conversion rate, like you don't need to add additional advertising dollars to grow your revenue, to grow the brand. No, all you have to do is just make some simple optimization on your landing page and then test that with your control and then essentially see what the yield on that test is, right? And again, that's exactly what I'm gonna show you in this video. And I'm gonna show you a real life example of how we're currently running a test on one of the brands that we're managing right now. Very small brand, they just started. They sell an intimate product, right? Which essentially helps women to essentially kind of release more and feel more pleasure doing bed, right? It's a brand new brand, brand new product. They had nothing set in stone so far. So we essentially helped them build the whole marketing plan, which is like on the paid media, on the Meta, on Google, and in addition to Snapchat, right? And then the thing that we noticed is that their website wasn't converted, right? Their website wasn't converted, and so we had to run additional tests and build new websites that would essentially convert better, and so that we didn't need to spend more dollars on marketing, but essentially just make sure that the website is converted enough. And so showing that to the client, then they're gonna be like, yes, we're happy to spend more dollars on this because now we're converting more customers, right? All right, so let's look at this. So this is looking at Shopify. Again, I'm gonna be very transparent and showing you what the revenue is. On the Shopify. Again, it's not a lot. In the last 30 days, they've only made in gross sales like $6,281. Very small, very small brand, right? $6,281 in the last 30 days, right? And we just look at the total sales. When you subtract the discounts, that leaves you at like $5,945 in the last 30 days, right? And as you can see over here, right? So we're comparing this last 30 days from the previous 30 days. So you can see like a 49% increase in sales, in total sales, and 55% increase in overall gross sales, right? That's because of the tests, the landing page tests that we're running. That's because we've increased their website conversion rate. That's why we're seeing this additional 49% increase in our revenue. Now, showing this to the owner, they feel a lot more comfortable spending more dollars on advertising, right? And so we'll show you another test that we're running. But okay, so first things first, what we did is I'll show you the original page that they were running before, right? So when we took over the account, the page that we had been sending traffic to was this page, right? So we've been sending traffic to this page, selling this specific product over here, right? It's called Pip CBD. So it's like it's an oil, again, that helps women essentially feel more pleasure, release more, and obviously doing like sexual activities. And this is the landing page that we initially started running traffic to, right? It did convert. I'll show you the test of that in just a moment. Obviously, like you have the reviews over here as well on the bottom, right? This is not bad. Like it was converting, right? And I'll show you what the conversion rate of this specific landing page was here in just a moment. Right, so let's go back to Shopify, and what we use is A/B convert to essentially test out different landing page to run a real A/B test, right? Let me move this over here. So we use A/B convert, and I'll show you the different tests that we did run and the ones that we are running right now. Okay, so first thing first, this one over here that we've seen that is paused. So we were testing testing a listicle page. I'll show you what a listicle page is, kind of explain what that is. So if you can see, just kind of like the outcome of this test, right? Let me move this over here so you can see. Move this here. Then just gotta make sure we have the right time frame. So we initially started this test on April 4th, I believe it was, until the 30th. Let me apply that. Okay, now let's look at the outcome of this test. So we were testing 3 different scenarios, right? So the control group is the landing page that I just showed you guys, which is this one right here. So this is the control group. This is the initial landing page where we were sending traffic to, right? And just looking at the conversion rate from that, it wasn't horrible, but it was at a 0.93, right? The average e-commerce stores converts at a 1%, right? Now this was below that 1%, right? And so obviously, okay, cool, like we need to obviously do something about that, right? Because if we're just converting less than 1% of the traffic that would come in, like obviously you can't scale that, right? You cannot scale that. And so what we did is build out a listicle page, right? It's a different form of landing page, right? Which is more of it looks more of like a blog and informal page. And I'll show you what that looks like. And so obviously before you build that out, we obviously have to kind of like we draft it together, what the information is going to go on there, et cetera, et cetera. This is what that looks like. This is what that listicle page looks like. And if you want this specific draft, so you can kind of say, look at it, study it, and essentially kind of test something similar for your brand, let me know down in the comments and then I'll send it to you. Again, if you want this listicle page, this draft, let me know down in the comments and I'll send this draft to you so you can copy it, do whatever you want with it. You know, I'll do that for you guys because this is super helpful in essentially increasing the overall conversion rate for the specific website. So we took this and then we built it into this. So this is what that listicle page looks like. Obviously you can see like it looks very different from the original page that we have, from the original landing page that we ran. And so this is the original landing page that we had. And then this is the listicle page, right? You can see it just grabs your attention more, right? Reclaim your intimate pleasure with this breakthrough for women over 45. You can see just right off the bat, it has already social proof. Like it has like 4.7 reviews out of 5, right? Like that's really good. So already it builds trust from the first time you land on this, right? Reclaim your intimate pleasure with this breakthrough for women over 40. And then you have this by Dr. Sarah Mitchell, just having essentially somebody with authority over here that builds additional trust for this landing page. And then following that, we have a testimonial from Melissa, which is she's 47 years old. I've been struggling with vaginal dryness and decreased sensation, Obviously, you can read that, but boom, you see a testimonial, right? Again, boom, that builds trust. And then in addition to that, we have a 25% off coupon for people who want to try out this product, right? And then you see this couple over here on the right-hand side. And like, already this looks 10 times better than the initial one that we have, right? And so that's another reason why this converted so much better. But as we continue to scroll down on the specific listicle page, right, it delivers 6 benefits in one product. Boom, just kind of give you more values for the specific product. You'll feel the difference immediately, right? Kind of given a time frame when you'll feel this product. And then boom, another testimonial over here from Melissa. And then it's engineered specifically for women. So our target audience is women, right? And so now when we're running traffic for Meta or Google or for any other medium page, where we know exactly who we're targeting, women. So we don't need to do men and women, just specifically women, right? And then obviously you have like the ingredient of the specific product that's listed over here, right? So people know exactly what they're using. And then you have, okay, cool. This is all the magazine, all the publications that we've been in, and another testimonial from Dr. Emily Carter, right? So as you can see, as you're scrolling down the specific listicle page, right, you're provided with not only information, but essentially like authority figures that only builds more trust as you continue to scroll down, right? And then you have this like before and after, is essentially like how the product feels, and then you have more testimonials, right? And then more testimonials, and then you were doing like a comparison of our product versus other products out there in the market. So essentially like we're saving the customers money, right? And we also have a lifetime guaranteed on the specific landing page, right? And then obviously we have a strong offer at the end of this landing page with the 25% off, which expires in about like 4 hours, right? And so you can see the big difference between this listicle page, right? Very strong and engaging from what we were running before, right? I'll show you what we were running before, right? Again, it's not terrible, but it's just not as strong as the listicle page, right? And so just running that test, when we're looking at the Shopify, when we're looking at the A/B test, we can see that in like 30 days, so the listicle page had 1.39 conversion rate, right? Versus the 0.93. So this is already above the average e-commerce conversion rate. Now this is good. Now we feel more comfortable spending dollars within the listicle page, right? If we can just convert 1.3% of the traffic that we're driving to the website, right? So initially the percentage of traffic that were coming to all these pages, because the 3 tests that we actually ran, I'll show you what the third one is in just a moment. But initially they were split out equally, right? I believe it was like 33 or something like that. Equal traffic was going to the landing page, to each landing page. As we started to see the listicle page that we're seeing over here perform better, we started to increase more and more the traffic, the percentage of traffic going to that specific listicle page. So it has listicle to PDP. So when people go on, so the listicle is where people land on from the ad that we run, right? And then from that listicle page, then they go to the Shopify product display page where they can purchase the product, right? And then we had a third test as well that we were running, and that one didn't do bad as well, right? And so when we look at that one, when we look at the conversion rate, it's basically about like the same as the listicle page, right? But this one just had more checkout and just more revenue overall. But when we look at the other test that we were running, so that one, the funnel was different. So it was like traffic to the listicle page that you just saw, traffic then from the listicle page, then they go to the landing page that you're seeing over here, right? Then they went to this landing page, and then from this landing page, they went then to the product display page, right? So it was like essentially like a 3-step. So from the ad, listicle, to the landing page, then to the product display page, right? And so overall, we just saw that like the listicle performed better, as you can see over here from the test. Again, a 1.39, and so it just performed better. And so that's essentially then where we prioritize 100% of the traffic, right? So that's that. And guys, it's always important to continuously test the landing page or the list or whatever you're sending traffic to. It's very important to continue to test that, right? Because if you're just prioritizing all your attention on like Meta or Google from a traffic generation perspective, yes, that's good, but like that's not the whole piece, right? Because you can only use those platforms to drive qualified traffic to the landing page or wherever you're sending traffic to. And if that is not doing a good job of converting people, then ultimately you're just going to be wasting a lot of money on those specific platform if your landing page is not converting, right? And so yes, a lot of times you like, you test different things on the platform, you test different creative, you test, different offers, like etc., etc. But ultimately, that again may not do what exactly that you need to get the conversion rates that you need, right? And so hopefully that makes sense. So the next test that we're running for this specific brand is, okay, cool, we have a winner between the two tests that we were running, so we want to test something else. Obviously, again, the goal is to continuously test until maybe we get to like a 3% conversion rate from our landing page, right? So we did another test. We built another landing page, which is an advertorial page now, right? And so I'll show you what that looks like. This is the advertorial page. This is a draft for that. Again, if you want this, let me know down in the comment. I will send this to you again, so you can look at it, you can study it, and you can even copy it to some extent. Obviously, again, just when I say copy, like copy the structure, not copy obviously for everything that's on here, because it's going to be different, like different products, different target market, etc. Just copy the structure and study the structure that we're using. And so that's what I'm willing to give this to you, so you guys can copy the structure, right? So we then tested out this specific advertorial page, right? So from this, then we then put this together over here. So you can see how this is a little bit different from the initial listicle page that we have, right? Similar style, but the format and the layout is different. Here's why women over 40 are reclaiming their intimate pleasure with this revolutionary formula, right? And then boom, over here you have a testimonial from Catherine, 52 years old, right? And then you can see by Dr. Jennifer Marshall, women's health specialist, right? Again, similar to the other one, like boom, strongly at the gate, it just grabs your attention, right? It grabs your attention, right? And then just here's even more information. Most women don't know this, and so just giving value, just kind of giving information about what the product does, and then what it is solving, right? What the product does and what it is solving, right? And so as we continue to scroll down, obviously product focus, unlike many intimacy aids or menopause solution that leaves you disappointed or with side effect, really stands apart. And then we show you why that stands apart and why that is different, right? Again, we show you what specifically in this, what the formula is in the product. And then as you continue to scroll down the page, quality, natural ingredient, just kind of more product focus. And then essentially like steps of like how to apply the specific product. And then this is just the three ways really transforms your intimate experience, right? Again, just kind of more information about the product. Obviously, again, the structure is a little bit different, right? And then we're doing like a comparison between Release and like other products doing the market. And obviously, we have like the testimonials over here that we're seeing, right? And then now we have the publication, what this product has been featured in, and then more reviews, right? And then this is essentially like a 100% money back guarantee. If people decide to use the product, they don't like it, then they can return it back. So kind of make that process easier for people, right? And so, and then obviously at the end, we have the offer, 25% off, limited time, and then just about like, 4 hours and 37 minutes before the offer ends. More testimonials, money back guarantee, right? And then more reviews and essentially like testimonials, right? So that's the specific layout and structure of the specific page, right? So now we're testing this one against the listicle page, which had a 1.4 percent conversion rate. So let's look at what that test looks like over here. And then essentially after 30 days, then we should be able to determine like what the winner is. Obviously the goal is to like either we have like the new landing page that we're testing or the advertorial page that we're testing outperform the control, which is now the listicle, or the listicle is going to continue to perform, right? So let's go back to the A/B convert and show you what that test looks like. Kind of show you like the initial results of this thus far, right? And so right now it's typically when we start out a test, like the listicle page that has like 97% of like the traffic, right? That's where the revenue is coming, but the revenue is coming from. And then the advertorial page only has about like 3% of the traffic, right? Now Monday, like in the next couple of days, then we're gonna essentially split this traffic 50% to then essentially see how to essentially like a truer test to what this would yield, right? So right now it's not getting fully set up to the fullest extent because we don't want off the bat just to essentially like split the traffic like 50%, right? So we just run this for a couple of days and then we kind of divert more of the percent of its traffic going to the advertorial page. Guys, I'm hoping this makes sense in the sense that you always want to be testing out your landing page just so you can increase your overall website conversion rate, right? Again, because typically the problem is not with Meta, it's not with Google or any of like the traffic generation. It's likely that you have a website or you have a landing page that does not convert. And there's obviously a lot of different things that you can do, as we just showed you, in which you can use to optimize your landing page to make it into a high converting landing page or a website. This is all I wanted to show you. I'm hoping that this is helpful. Again, I can share a lot of these resources with you in the sense that the structure of the listicle and the advertorial page that we're using to build out the landing page, so you can essentially test out for your own from like the structure perspective. And so if this was helpful, guys, let me know down in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And if you did find value from this video, subscribe and leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.